Yeah, I mean, that was the difference in the game, right? Was the fourth quarter. Um, Being able to get stops down the stretch. I think they scored 3 points in the last maybe three and a half. Um, we're a team that really relies on our defense. And so that was super helpful. I thought Dana had a really good second half for us on both ends. So, look, we have to do it collectively. We know we're better as a group. I thought that first half we didn't get as much ball movement that I would like, and kind of forced us into taking some tough shots. And you're not going to beat this team in the first action. Everybody's very well scouted at this point. We got to get off the ball, get that thing popping. And of course, we want to play out of our defense. But I thought for the most part, it was pretty good. Obviously, we got to clean up the boards. Um, but after that, really good job just making all the looks difficult as much as possible.
Coach, when it's a little bit of an off night for Asia, I guess just from production on the offensive end,
Hmm.
the fact that you have Liz, I think 8 of 13, and Jackie 9 of 14, just the how big those two were tonight with their efficiency.
Yeah. A in the second half was actually 5 for 9. So, she was a little rushed coming out. And I think what we kind of figured out, um, they were roaming off Liz a little bit more. So even though A wasn't getting her usual looks, that's why Liz was eating good in the neighborhood, you know, uh, because she was diving in behind, and we were getting some layups off of it. And that's why you like to play with good players, is because their presence opens up everybody else. And so, um, you know, she was doing a lot. Just like I said, just her presence, her rolling, her screening helps everybody else.
Asia dealing with something lower body related? I noticed she didn't take the tip either. Okay.
No, I think she's fine. I thought she got hit a lot tonight. To
And
shoot one free throw in 38 minutes. I know they told me not to say anything, but I can't.
and then just what were you able to see out of Jackie just living in the paint again? Like, what did you think she was doing well?
Well, we know they want to limit our ball movement. Um, staying quite locked up a lot of times on the perimeter. So, just getting the ball off point 0.5 passes and actions, DHO, stuff like that, where we can get a little bit of a head of steam. When you try to go off it um, right from the jump, it's difficult. So, kind of getting her off the ball to begin with, and then getting her the ball later in the possessions, I thought was more helpful for her.
How big do you think that third quarter sequence was to end it on a 6-0 run was for you all going into the fourth quarter, gaining momentum and I guess stealing back a little bit more of like the rope in that game?
Yeah, I mean, I would say there was definitely a moment there where this place was rocking and all the momentum was building up. Um, Giving up the layup in the last 3 seconds. I mean, that's probably going to haunt stuff, um, because it was more than that. It was just the momentum took the air out of the building. Um, so we know we need to make those plays. I know very full well Chelsea Gray is capable of making any of those plays down the stretch and just kind of breaking your spirit a little bit. Um, However, it was the consecutive stops leading up to that allows us to get the cushion. Again, it's for us. It's all about the defense.
Becky, the Fever have talked a lot throughout the series about how you guys' paint defenses made it hard for them to get where they want towards the basket. How important do you feel like that's been to you guys' success on that end, and how quickly did you want to get to that adjustment after game one?
Uh, it's one of our core defensive things where Asia works really hard just to not let Aaliyah touch it. I thought she touched it a little more than our previous two. When you talk about adjustments that they were going to make, you had to figure they were going to try to get Boston more looks, get Howard more involved. And they did. Um, but we just wanted to make those difficult looks, crowded looks. Um, and they got us a couple times. We didn't do the correct rotation, or we weren't solid on the front end of it. Those are things we know we can clean up, but it's a defense for us that um, Asia's really, really good at it. And, we're still working little sis Liz um, into being a great post defender, but she's getting it more and more.
Coach. There.
You again, okay.
And
Over there in the corner.
Indiana has won 2 games facing elimination against Atlanta. What will be your mindset coming into Game 4 Sunday?
Same as it was today. I mean, we're not looking for a game 5. We want to come in, take care of business, have the appropriate mentality. Uh, Obviously, we're happy with the win, but we have to move on and we have to go back and do some things much better. And I know my group understands that. We didn't feel like we played a good 40 minutes. So we want to put together a good 40. I thought we played good in like patches, but obviously the fourth quarter was great. But we still feel like there's some areas we can do much better.